Hi, Mathe. We are finishing up 7.1b lesson, just the last two problems. So we're on page 19 in the lesson packet, not the homework packet. Page 19 in the lesson packet. All right, so number 4, a rectangular field with two semicircles at each of the shorter ends of the field measures 100 yards long and 40 yards wide. It is surrounded by a track that is 5 yards wide. So all around here is 5 yards. Find the area of the field, which includes the two semicircles on each of the shorter ends of the rectangle. And then find the area of the track. So our ultimate goal is to find all of this region here. So the area of the track. So in order to do that, we have to find the area of the larger field that goes all the way around here and includes the two semicircles and all of the area inside. I could shade all that in. And then we also want to find the area of this smaller field right here. So all inside. And we're going to take the larger one and subtract the smaller one. So basically like take out that orange field, and then we're going to be left with our area of our track. So let's start by finding the smaller one since it gives us all the measurements. And the smaller one is this rectangle right here plus the two semicircles. So I'm going to say area of small field. And it is this rectangle, which is 40 by 100. So 40 times 100. But it also consists of really a full circle because it's two semicircles or two half circles. So I have to figure out what the radius of this circle is. And the radius would just be halfway across. So my radius is half of 40 or 20. So then it's pi times the radius squared, or times 20 times 20. So I'm going to go ahead and type that into the calculator and find the area for that. And when you do that, you get 40 times 100 is 4,000. Pi, which is just 3.14, times 20 times 20 is 1,256. And when you add those together, you're going to get 5,256 for that small field. Now, I want to subtract that from the area of the larger field. So we're going to now do the same thing, but for the area of the larger field. And I encourage you to pause it and try this on your own at this point. So the measurements for the larger field are a little bit different. The rectangle is going to be the same across, the same base as 100, but the height is this 40 plus the 5 meters here and the 5 meters here. So it's actually now 50 all the way up and down. So the rectangle is 50 times 100. And then the circle is going to be pi times the new radius squared. So the new radius here is half of 50 now, because my radius now goes from here all the way out. So this was 20 and that was 5. So my radius is now 25 times 25. So go ahead and type that in and see what you get in your calculator. And you should be getting 50 times 100 is 5,000. 3.14 times 25 times 25 is 1,962 and a half. When you add those together, that's going to get you 6,962.5. Now I can subtract 5,256, or the smaller field, from the larger field. When you do that, you should get 1,706.5 yards squared. So again, that's representing all that green shaded region on the outside. So moving on to number 5, Hugo is making the tile pattern below. The tile is a square with 4 circles of the same size inside. He will paint the circles blue and the remaining part of the tile yellow. So this is the remaining part of the tile inside. all that is going to be yellow. And then inside, all these circles are going to be painted blue, the whole circle. Find the area of the portion of the tile that will be yellow. So in order to do that, we have to find the area of the square and then subtract the area of the 4 circles. So area of the square, and then we're going to take out the area of the 4 circles. So the first thing we need to do is find the area of the square. Go ahead and tell me, how would I find the area of a square? Okay, so the area of the square is just base times height. It gives you 12 right here. That means that this side is also 12. So 12 times 12 is 144. In this case, it's going to be inches squared. Now, the area of the 4 circles. If it's 12 all the way across, that means the diameter of one of the circles is 6. So all the way across here is 6. So that means that the radius of one of the circles is just 3. So I need to multiply my 4 circles because I'm going to find the area of one of them. And that's pi times the radius squared. So this is 4 times pi times 3 times 3. Or 4 times 3.14 times 9. And when you do this in your calculator, you can do 3.14 times 9 and then just times 4. You don't need to multiply multiple times. So this is 113.04 inches squared. Now we can subtract the 2. And when we subtract those 2, we're going to get 30.96 inches squared, and that represents my yellow portion of the tiles once we take out those 4 circles. We're going to skip part B, but we're going to go to part C. It says, what portion or percent of the tile will be yellow? So we need to find, well, how much is yellow versus the whole entire tile. So this is the yellow portion over the whole tile. And we just found how much is yellow. We found that the part that's yellow is 30.96 inches. And we found that the entire square, including everything, is 144 inches. So now I need to convert this to a percent. So when you actually divide this and type it into your calculator, you get 0.215. Go ahead and tell me, what percent would this be? What percent would this be? And that would be 21.5% of this whole tile is yellow. And that's it for notes. So go ahead and start the, my lights just turned off in my room. Go ahead and start the 7.1 B homework.